Hey Gemini. It is Aries season, and I'm sure you're looking forward to this, but not in the way that it first came in. So you're being asked to have more faith right now. There's things being concealed to you. You may be finding yourself more attracted to philosophical thought. Not that you're not, but you have a wide variety of interests and a wide variety of things that you look into. But right now, that seems to be the most prominent in a season where you just want to move. However, you are moving. You're choosing to move forward. So when we look at the cards, these will show this. He's running away from a decision. This month, you could do that if you wanted to. You could postpone a decision. You could postpone an answer for someone, but eventually they're going to have to get it. And I would maybe think about it before Mercury moves into Taurus and then Mars moves into Pisces. By the 1st, I'd say by the Aries new moon, it'd be best to figure out what it is that you want and need, what it is that's best for you, what you just need to do for yourself. And you may have played along in this way for a while. You may have tried to continue the narrative that you need to actually reassess. And you're finally at the point where you have to look at the wall again and you have to say, okay, like this wasn't the way, that wasn't the move, and it's time to adjust that. And it would be, I think this month it's most beneficial because next month things can really build quickly for you, and then your season comes. And so I feel like as long as you choose, like either way it's going to bring you back to the situation, right? Like either decision you make is going to bring you where you need to be. However, I find myself saying that a lot lately. I guess the question is, do you want to do things the way you used to do, or how you've decided to do them in most recent years, which stems from how you handled situations from your past, or the response or the effect of how you handled things before, and how you've decided situations based off of whatever pieces came together around you. And yourself to an extent. Maybe it was a reaction. Who knows? There's different ways that you've handled things throughout the years, and now you have an opportunity. So before I show you these cards, I want you to remember that if you choose to go and handle things the way you used to, or go the way that you have gone before, go the comfortable route, or go, which isn't always comfortable for you, you'd be surprised. People would be surprised to know what it's hard for Geminis to do. What it's hard for you to do is sometimes when you're so hell-bent on something, you don't mind admitting that you were wrong or you went the wrong way. It's just that it takes you a minute to accept it with yourself. And then once you do, you can shift, change, no problem. But until you accept with yourself that this is an air sign thing, that it was your idea, or that you needed this to come here. This needs to not be anybody else's idea. If someone gives you advice and like you take it, that's a different thing. But if it's someone else's idea that you just want to put into your life thinking it's going to work, it's not. You know that, but now you're getting a chance to see it even more. Or you can choose to go the latter, which is to take a risk, and it's very much this risk is so aligned with your internal and your externals that I think you're scared to do it. I think you're scared because it really aligns with what you want to do, because it asks you to be and retain more responsibility, more accountability, maybe a larger amount of people, or a larger amount of space, or just more abundance. And the beautiful thing is that it's going to bring you towards this connection you've been trying to make for a long time. So for some of you, it's this very like fast-paced, like segue into what your life is going to look like for a while. It's just going to start now, and by Taurus season and the eclipse, it will begin to form into a more solid structure for your mind to understand and then create differently. If this also relates to Aries, Taurus, and the Chariot, and Cancer. And we'll get even more into it into the second part, which will be on a Patreon link below. But essentially, this is about this download from the two signs before you and then the sign after you, bringing together and having you understand them. I feel as though, and this is just my personal opinion, sometimes we attract the signs that are closest to us because that's what we can learn from for the most part, because that's the stage after, right? Each sign is an evolution of itself. And then it comes all the way back around and starts a new cycle again. That means all of them relate to a certain extent. They're all learning something from the one prior, whether it's negative or positive. You have seen Taurus and Aries, and I think you're so much more introspective as of right now, even if it feels so incredibly annoying or frustrating that you can't get everything inside of you out, that you can't move it around. And that you can't get outside of yourself, like you can't get outside of that no matter where you go. And I know that's not an easy thing to do, and I know that not all of you will feel that, but some of you will feel that. And will feel like that really relates to you. So then when you get to your season, you have this huge, I really do feel like by the time you get to your season and your month, something's just gonna spark in you. But for right now, sparking you and understanding what I'm saying now. Like everything's going to come together then, but this is still a really short understanding of what that's going to culminate into essentially. So here, what you can gather is that anything that feels like a risk or anything that feels, and it's not out of fear, it's not out of because I'm going to lose this or because I'm going to lose that. You now understand how to use, whether it's the money that's around you and that's coming in, it's also why you want it, what it's for, what the purpose behind the money is. It's not just to have it. It's you're someone who likes to make something with it and use it because it's cool that it's there, but how do I use it? And if you're someone who has more ego with that, it's important to understand the purpose. It's important. Then you're at the Cancer stage where, why am I bringing this together? What is this for? Yes, it's fun. Yes, I get to play with it. Yes, I feel good. Yes, it's great. It makes me feel there's a security behind it to a certain extent. There's something, I get to build something beautiful. I get to be a part of something beautiful. And then Cancer sets in and it's like, okay, but why? What is this for? Where are you bringing this? Where is it going? The Chariot wants to go somewhere. Okay, cool. It's great that we're here, but where is this going? There's no end journey, but what's end destination? But what is the journey? Right? What is the journey? And here we have the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So there's not many cards out, but it's all about the journey right now. That, yeah, it's okay. Now you know what it's like to feel secure to an extent. Now you know what it's like to have things or be a part of something or give birth to something. And now it's what's behind all of it? What's the substance? Because Taurus is going to want to build from it and Gemini is going to want to have a party in it. So where is this all going? What are you afraid to become more of? Or what are you afraid? What are you afraid of but that it excites you? Then why does it excite you? What is that? So if there is fear rather than if you're afraid of something and you're not excited, but there's more it's about money or it's about this or it's about that behind it, then you need to adjust. You may need to look at some adjustment. Again, that philosophical thought process that's happening now. There is a choice you need to make. And the choice is yours to handle things the way you had, or to take everything you've reassessed the past couple months and to move forward and to understand what you have and why you have it and what you're ready to do with it. It's a lot of big stuff, but we came from your eclipses last year, and I think you know more than anyone, it's in your bones that Taurus season is going to be truth-telling season for you. That season is going to bring out the truth before your season. You're going to know probably first and foremost, right? So you're going to see it all happen, and then it's all going to go down in your season, and then we get to Cancer season, and it's like, okay, let's not go that far, but you understand what I mean, I believe. So here's your decision. It's up to you. Second part, in the link below, all information to work with me is on a link below as well, and we'll see you next month.